Hi guys, it's Rachel here. I just finished a session with someone and I just wanted to get on here and talk about something, the big leap, as I think you would call it. There's a lot of people who've been stuck in their careers, and a lot of times you want to make a big change. And the question I get a lot as a coach is, how do you know when you should take that next step, take that big leap, so to speak? And that comes up a lot in the people I coach. It came up a lot for me a couple years ago when I knew that I wanted to do something different. I just wasn't sure what. And my general advice is, first of all, it's obviously very, very specific, but I just want to speak to the people who know that they're ready for a change, but they're not sure exactly what that is yet. So my initial advice would be take the next step, whatever that is. And I remember when I was in Sydney and I was working in publicity, and I'd been doing that for like 6 or 7 years, and I knew I wanted to change. I just didn't know what it was. And London had kept popping up for me at the time in various ways. And so a part of me thought, well, maybe I could move to London. There's a whole backstory to this. But there's another part of me that was like, oh, maybe I should just stay here and buy an apartment, or become really settled and do the security thing. And I basically just decided to take the next step and see what that would be. And for London, for example, that was looking at a visa, and for the other option, it was looking at real estate. And so I took the next step for both of those options, and I just went with what felt right. And I just kept taking the next step after that. I looked at the visa application. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I looked at the timeline, and then I made the application. And so this might sound simple, but actually it's a really big thing when you know you're meant to do something different, but you're still stuck where you are, and you don't want to take a big leap until you're 1,000% sure about what it is you want to do. And I just say that because obviously we see a lot of people doing the laptop lifestyle, which is totally doable. Everything's achievable. I'm a big believer, and we can do a lot of things, okay? But I also just want to speak to those people who know they want to make a change. Maybe you're not 100% sure what that change is, because I have been there myself. And all I can say to you is, if you've got something in your head, if there's something that keeps coming back to you that's in the back of your mind that you think about on the way to work, or on the way to your job, or on your lunch breaks, you find yourself Googling things or looking those people up, those are hints to you from the universe of, things that you're interested in. There's a reason why you keep going back to that. So what I would say to you is, take the next small step and just see how that feels. And you'll know. You'll know whether you should keep going or whether you should not keep going. But the worst thing you can do is to do nothing. To do nothing. I think making a decision either way is the most powerful thing ever. And once I made the decision to move to London, things just started quickly falling into place for me. And that's been for every decision I've made. London isn't the only big decision I've made. Starting my business was a really big decision. I've been unhappy for a while, but when I finally decided to do it, it just made sense, and I just went for it. I was at that point and I was ready to take that jump, and I knew what I wanted to do. So when I knew I was ready, and when I knew what I wanted, mainly when I had that clarity 1,000%, that's when I took the leap. So wherever you're at right now, if you feel stuck, or if you feel like you want to do something but maybe you're not sure what that is, take the next small step. And that doesn't always mean burning your ships or, quitting your job tomorrow. I'm not saying don't do that, but if you're not 1,000% clear yet, just take the next small step. And that could be working with a coach. That could be speaking to someone who's been there before, who has, gone down a similar path, or who has experienced similar things in their life of feeling stuck in their career. So that's it for me. I just felt a little bit compelled to come on here because this has been coming up a lot. There's a lot of people I see who feel stuck, and it's not just in your career, it can be in different places of your life. And there is always a way to make changes in your life, but you don't have to do them in a way that's going to freak you out, okay? There's a smart, practical way to make big changes. I know that because it's, there's also other ways to make big changes in your life, but I'm a big believer in, you can be very strategic and very wise while making really big changes and really big impact in the world. So If you'd like to talk more about where you're at in your life and career, feel free to get in touch with me. Just send me a message and we can talk. That's it for me. Have a wonderful night. Much love. Bye.